my natural lashes isn't as noticeable. I always feel if you don't do that, you get a wee gap. I'm just using a wee soft brush here. Possibly most people would use this for eyeliner or even lips, but I'm using it just to blend this in here because I didn't want like a solid line. All I wanted was a smoky blurry line going along my lash line. Now this is me just adding some colour to my lower lash line. Again, just the exact same colours that I've used on the upper lid, but I'm just adding the dark colour, then the light colour, then the dark colour, then the light colour, just the same as before. Now, not everybody likes this, I understand that, but I do like my colour to continue underneath. So this is me getting to my eyebrows, and for my eyebrows I have brushed them up, which they have just brushed up and stayed in place because I did the amazing brow sculpt, brow lamination on myself yesterday. Now you'll see there's loads of hair there. I did not wax them. I swore to my clients that I would stand by them and not wax for as long as I wasn't going to be in the salon, and it is a nightmare trying to actually give my eyebrows shape because there's no shape to follow because they're so hairy. But I said that I would stick with you guys, so I'm doing it. So I've brushed them up, and then using the Vamp Brow Tech by HD Brows, all I'm doing is giving a bit more shape underneath because obviously, like I say, it's hairy. And then just with the Brow Tech, I'm just going in and doing wee fine brush strokes, hair strokes. Didn't want like a big full like brow that I did with the brow cream. If I was wanting a big bold brow, I would use the brow cream. Again, I'm just brushing them up, but they look not bad. And then this, my friends, is the HD Brow Glue. This product is incredible for holding your brows in place. I've got a friend who's got really unruly brows and she just absolutely loves it. It's only £16. You can only purchase it from HD Brow stockists at the moment. And if you go onto my Facebook, you can see a wee bit more about how you can purchase via me, but on the website, because I'm a virtual stockist for HD Brows. So as soon as you use that, it literally will set your brows into place, whether you want them high and fluffy or slicked to the side. Right, folks, this one I have done in double time because I know it's going to be really boring watching me apply my foundation. So I'm using HD Brows foundation. I really like this because you can layer it up. It's not a heavy coverage when you first put it on, but you can put it on heavier to make it a heavier coverage, if that makes sense. So you see I'm using that patting action again. It just really helps the makeup to like go into the skin rather than sitting on the skin. So I really like that technique. Make sure that you're right into your ears. How awful is it when you see a big line round people's heads because they've not blended into their ears and their hairline? Now this is me applying my foundation, not my foundation, sorry, my concealer, which is a concealer again by HD Brows. It's actually not the one that I've used on the other side. I used a collection one on the other side and then I couldn't find it. So I had to do that. So I like my eyes to be really nice and bright underneath. I know that this is not a look that every single person goes for. Again, it's personal preference, but I like my eyes to be really bright underneath. That's me just popping on some of the Laura Mercier setting powder and I'm just letting it bake a wee bit. Putting a wee bit of bronzer on. I should say I've already actually used the HD Sculpt stick at this point to help with my contouring as well and blended it in. And that's me just blending in more of that Laura Mercier powder and then just dabbing it a wee bit all over my face, using my foundation brush again just to pat it all in, just to get it a wee bit more blended. I do like a good bit of sculpting on my face, I must admit. Now this is amazing. Couple of wee drops on my cheeks, on top of my makeup, and it is now a blusher. On the other side, I actually used it underneath my makeup just to give my skin more of a dewy look rather than a highlighted look. Now, this is me using my palette again. Put a wee bit on the brush and then remembered about my spray, so then I sprayed it. And then I put a wee bit more onto my brush, and you can just see that glow is amazing from that highlighter, but obviously it wasn't very much blended. Now, I would actually say that that side is more strobed than it is. So this is me now going on to my lips, and what I wanted to do was create an ombre effect on my lips. I don't have any Oh My Glam lip liners. I don't actually think they do any now I come to think of it. So I'm using a peaches and cream one. If you've never used the peaches and cream liners, they are incredible. They're so creamy, so smooth. They just glide on. I hate when you buy a lip liner. It's like you're using a crayon to try and put it on and it pulls the skin about. I just hate it. So when I've lined the lips, you'll see I've done my Cupid's bow first of all, and then I've drawn a line on the lower lip just to try and help with my symmetry. So now the lips are lined, folks, I have taken my Oh My Glam lip stain, and it is called Lucky in Love. Now, the lip stains come in a kit called the Lippy Kit. You get 4 lip stains and you get 4 lipsticks, and they are absolutely amazing. So I'm applying my first colour all over the lips, but I'm making sure that my liner is still standing out because I'm wanting to produce an ombre lip. Now, whether it's a lip gloss or a lipstick, you should get yourself, and this is me not being able to find it, get yourself a fluffy brush. That's right, I said a fluffy brush for your lips. Give them a pat, and again, it just helps them stay. Your mum will tell you to blot with a tissue. I tell you to blot with a fluffy brush. Now that is me going in now with my second colour, which is called Rose Quartz, which is slightly lighter, and I'm just putting it mostly in the centre and then blending it out to try and give me that ombre effect on the lips. Pat, pat, pat with your fluffy brush just to help you get longer out of it. So folks, that is me completed my first ever tutorial using the Oh My Glam amazing makeup. Now, if you want to purchase any of it, please don't hesitate to get in touch. The Flash Highlighter palette, which we use, which contains 6 different highlights, is only £25. The Lippy lip stain and lipstick set, where you get 8 altogether, is £20. The Peachy eyeshadow palette is only £25, and the amazing Rose liquid highlighter is only £10. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.